KOIAI's new album, mini album thing, Come See Me. We are through in our track by track listen to through to track number 4, which is 8 AM. Oh my god, lots of 2s and 4s and 8s. That was really hard to say. Anyway, it is time to listen to this. Now, in the last few videos, I've been slowly explaining my rise into just generally having a bit of apathy towards KOIAI to, wow, I like this more, I like this more, I like this more. So I'm not going to repeat everything I said at the beginning of the last video. If you want, go through to slip through if you want to really understand at the beginning of that video, I described my whole journey into this. But yeah, look, 5 tracks total. I've just read the last one, Just Be My Treasure KOIAI version. So is this a cover? Was this one of the members did this with another band? Maybe we're going to hear that. So I don't know if that's an original song or what. But anyway, look, 3 out of 5 so far have been absolutely brilliant. So even if the last 2 are terrible, it's a great way to start a reaction. Yeah, I know people come to reactions for like, woo, and I'm like, even if the last 2 suck, this is still a very pleasant find. I'm going to drink some water. Anyway, there we go. My mouth was getting dry. Air conditioning. You don't need to know this. Let's jump in. This is 8 AM by KOIAI. It's second shortest song on the album. I'm always, I don't like to second guess things, but I'm always intrigued to look at song lengths before you get into it, because it really kind of, I don't know, it just helps you sort of, without telling you anything, it helps you give you, make a little prediction in your head that will probably turn out to be totally wrong. Anyway, so maybe it's going to be something blasting and rocking, who knows. Yeah, we had one song, Come See Me, it's quite a light intro, very funky song. Then, yeah, Beep Beep, real rocker, Slip Through, a little bit more melancholy, but yeah, really interesting stuff going on. The very interesting stuff going on rhythmically. 8 AM, what have you got? Yeah, I was right about it rocking. The big sounding chorus, anthem chorus.
It's old sand, it's too the mess, it's too rich. It's empty.
Oh, everyone loves some slap bass, don't they?
Don't tell me you like it, don't like it. Sit speechless, I lie down just breathing. Where did I go wrong? It's like a mess with no way out. I don't even know.
It's a very raw sounding album. That lets you hear the scale of the arrangement. Like, this throws layers of guitar. I love that. Going back down? Yeah. They love their theatrical chord progressions. Everything feels like it could be in the background of some scene.
Where did I go wrong? I don't even know.
So they have like piano in every song.
Where did I go wrong?
Wonder who plays it.
I don't even know. Where did I go wrong? It's like a mess with no way out. I don't even know. We still like so I'm facing. I
All right. Another sudden ending. Okay, so this is interesting. So again, 3 songs now in a row, clearly going more into that hard rock element of what I expected from KOIAI. So this I have to qualify the reason why I like this song, because this is rather interesting. This doesn't do a lot of the things that maybe I liked so much about the 3 songs before. In fact, this is actually, in a lot of ways, a very straight shooting song. In fact, if you took it up as far as the second chorus, before we get into the bridge, which they see they like their bridges, I appreciate that. Bridge can make or break a song. I keep on saying it. It's true. It's like a catchphrase now. But when we're looking at up until the end of the second chorus, if you didn't know who this band was, it could be a fairly straight shooting rock song by, we've heard a lot of these, early 2000s, there was a lot of these kind of like sort of slightly, I don't want to say emo-y because it conjures up an image, but those slightly emo-y rock songs, it's kind of got that vibe a little bit. But, and this is the important thing, I don't mean that as an insult, because what this actually does, perhaps more than any of the songs we've heard so far in the album, this kind of feels like a single. I mean, I love Come See Me. I love that they put it out as a single. I fucking adore that. But this kind of feels like a single, at least maybe like 15 years ago. This would be more of a surefire thing. Maybe the fashions and trends have moved on a bit since then. But this definitely feels like a single. And when you say single, what you're thinking about is you're not really thinking so much about the fans. You're more thinking about, okay, what's the sort of thing that you could play it to general audiences and it would soften them up to you before they get into the more, just untangling the wire, into the more nuanced parts of what makes you. What's the accessible way into your band? This sounds like a single. That chorus, it's sort of thing it's kind of stuck in my head. It might not be the ultimate earworm. I'm probably gonna stay with me forever, but that gets stuck in the head. And it really feels like something you could just sing that along, especially here in Japan. You take that to karaoke. I can imagine people enjoying that in karaoke. The verses were a little bit interesting. So the singer, apologies again, I don't remember the names, her delivery was kind of very quiet, very spoken, which, that's fine. If anything, I mean, because it's so rhythmic in a way, you think the default thing would be to go for a fairly punchy rhythmic delivery. That's maybe what I would personally go for. But I think her kind of spoken thing, it kind of gave a little bit of more mystique to the sound. And it certainly meant that when the chorus came in, it came in with more punch. The only thing is that I said in the last one, it sounded like she was speaking English. Pretty sure she's speaking English. Yeah, it sounds like she's speaking English. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know why, but when I hear like a Japanese band speaking in English like this, I can't help it. It does come off a tad cheesy. This is one of the reasons that I don't know, maybe she's fluent in English. I don't know. This is probably all on me. But if she's speaking it and she doesn't know it, and I don't know what she's saying, I don't know, it comes off a bit weird to me, that bit. I kind of would prefer her to do it in Japanese, but I've said this about so many of these bands, and if she's fluent in English, I apologize. I don't know if this is something that's been sort of like worked out from a dictionary or not, but it feels a little bit like, I don't know, it doesn't quite feel like it hits the atmospheric vibe 100% those verses, but there is a lot of funk in there, especially when we get into the second verse, and then that sort of the slap bass comes in. It's like, I appreciate the slap bass has been very restrained on this album, which I respect, and they use the slap bass carefully where it was needed. I like that. So this song for me, this is one of those ones where it's got such an infectiously anthemic vibe, and again, it delivers a bridge that actually feels like it's worth being there, rather than just as many of the peers who are talking about. I mean, funny thing is, everything I've said so far sounds like it could be taken the wrong way. But when I was comparing this to some of those emo-y rock singles from 15 years ago, I mean, the one thing this would set this apart from them every time, apart from the nuances and details, is the fact this has a proper bridge, whereas a lot of those songs would just have like a lazy middle eight or just very lazy kind of guitar solo type bridge and just feature into the last chorus. So this has tons of quality to take it above its peers, which I think is what we've come to expect from KOIAI. And in a way, talking about the quality, I guess this is where we've got to at the point in this review. He's talking about quality. That's almost like a given. It's like a compliment that I don't even have to say. We all know the quality of musicianship and the nuance is amazing from these guys. And they're showing it every single song. But for me, this is kind of cool because this one is also anthemic. It's also catchy. This is a song that you could definitely imagine, like, if you wanted to say to someone who just wasn't massively a muso, but you were like, hey, I think they might enjoy this. This would be a great sort of in song, a gateway song. 8 a.m. Get them into a little bit of that. Get them into a little bit of that morning commute rock. So yeah, this is great. 8 a.m. by KOIAI. Really enjoyed it. Is it my favorite song on the album? Maybe not, but is it a song that I would probably get stuck in my head that would make me come back to the album and then appreciate all the other songs that I like on it even more? Yes, probably it would be that. So, and again, one more thing to add, that's another thing that works. Every single song has to work as a functional part of the album as well. And that's another thing that makes this work so well. It nicely counters everything that's gone before. So anyway, the last track is the one we're going to be checking out next. It's called Just Be My Treasure. I will have a quick look and see. It doesn't sound like a name that's going to be, it sounds like if I type that in, I'm going to probably find a lot of other things, but I'm going to try and search that, see if I can find out what they mean by KOIAI version. I'll have a little look. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Get in the comments to tell me what you think. And until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these. For now, ciao, ciao.